On day two, working on the Civic. So now I know that the car needs a computer. I'm going to do some other things, such as getting the brakes repaired. I'm hoping that master cylinder in the back is still some good. I got the lines there sitting in uh, transmission fluid. So first thing I'm gonna do, work on this mount, design something that's more, I guess, ergonomical, something that's more practical, realistic for this application, something that's removable. You'll see what I'm talking about shortly. The mount is actually welded to the frame and welded to the bolt, so you can't take it out. So I'm gonna do some cutting, a little bit of fabricating there. And the rear mount, I'm gonna have to design something for that also. So the plan is, in a few hours, make a motor mount for the front that's practical, and design something for the rear. And hopefully we'll be able to get those brakes on today. If not, then we got time. But I'm still gonna let those lines soak in that transmission fluid. Getting the radiator out. Some basic stuff here. I already got the fluid drain fan disconnected. Get that pulled out. We are a step closer. My battery was dying on my light here. So this is what I got. This is what I'm working on. Alright, the plan first is to get all this cut out, and like I said, they weld the bolt here at the top. So I'm gonna cut this loose and be able to extract this bolt, separate it from the transmission, cut these off, and take a wire brush, clean everything up, see what I can do that'll be somewhat practical for this vehicle. I mean, in case you want to take it out, put it back in, you have something, you have the means to do so. I might try to utilize these holes here. What I'm thinking, pull these out. I could put 2 nuts in here and weld them down. And once I do that, I can make a bar that goes from one end to the other, and then do somewhat of a similar design and something that's a little bit more structurally sound here. So I probably might do that. And that way, if you want to take it out, he has the means of doing so and extracting it. So it's probably gonna look simple. It ain't gonna look too terribly sexy, but it's still gotta be practical for spacious reasons. So we'll see. Probably need to put a jack under here. Try to grind this down. I might just take a hammer and beat it down, beat it flat. I don't know. I want it to be easier. It's like it was something supposed to have been here already. Unless I elevate the nuts I want to put in here. We'll see. we at now? Got the nuts in there. I want to just taking a hammer and knocking this down. I mean, it'll be a lot easier than just taking my abrasive pad and just going over it and grind it down. So I mean, it's at least, I don't know. They got structure. Let's leave the structure integrity there. So I'm gonna go get me some supplies. Obviously, I'm getting a straight bar. This should be a quarter. I want to say a 3/8 inch. I think 1/4 inch probably should work. And might just do 3/8. Who knows? And just straight go across here and design a mount that's going to support the transmission mount. There's another bolt at the bottom, but the thing is there's a clearance issue, and unless I do some cutting on the subframe, which I really don't want to do, I'm pretty sure that one will suffice. You know, like the newer Integras don't even have a front motor mount, so they're mounts on the side by the timing belt that absorbs the torque. So I think this one should work out perfectly fine. I don't think we should have anything to worry about. Yeah, but I'll think of something. But right now, this is where I'm at. I could put a stud down here, but again, I mean, it's literally a clearance problem. Even on the older models, just accessing that bolt, you can get to it, but it's a little tough. Here, you just don't have any room out because of how it sits. Got the subframe knocked out, so the paint's dry. Been sitting for a while. I tried to go with a flat black, but I got something glossy. So these are the new bolts, nuts in there. They're gonna be the new support for the motor mount for the front here. So that's knocked out. I went with more of a simplistic design for the front motor mount. I still want to save space, but still make it structurally sound. I got went and bought some metal so I can do the rear also, but just doing the front side now. That's what I had time for today. Let's see that. The front, something basic. So that centerpiece is gonna give it its structural integrity there. So they say put the welder and paint. So no, the grinder and paint, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't know, I said welder and paint. What am I thinking about? All right, let me get this on there. Why it's not focusing right? All right, there you go. Let me get this put on and see what it looks like all together. Go in fairly easy. I'll design it so it'll be practical. Change that one out. Now, one of these bolts I had some issues with, not the hose, but the actual bolt itself. I think it was unique to the location. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that one. You gotta worry about. Jack it up a little bit. Do a basic stretch test. It didn't flex. I think we're good. like I said, I mean, it's not the hottest thing in the world, but you know, I'm I like it in comparison to what was already on there. So, it's got some sex appeal. All right, plan is to make a conscious effort to do the brakes. So, check that out. I'm gonna address these brakes now. I got the brake booster clean up a little bit. I want to get a little room with this line here. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. You know what? I'm like, why is this sitting? What? I never seen a Honda with a fuel pressure regulator that looked like this, but you know, why is this directionally correct? Is this fuel pressure regulator supposed to be upside down? I'm at a loss of words right now. I mean, this is how I feel about this. Is how I feel about someone putting brake pads on backwards. So maybe, you know, Honda changed some things and they're like, you know, we're gonna put a fuel pressure regulator in upside down. I mean, it just doesn't even, like, gravity wise, it just doesn't even make sense. I wonder if there's a reason why they did this. Probably doesn't have an angle. Yeah, that's why. It doesn't have a 90-degree angle. I'm gonna see if I got a fuel pressure regulator laying around. I should. I got some. Anyway, well, I found a fuel pressure regulator. I got some old B18 heads. I'm gonna call them and see if we can just get a new one. You know, and then again, I don't know what we're doing with this motor, but I'll just take the one I got off my old motor and throw it on there when I try to get this started up. I might just go ahead and throw it on there real quick anyway. I'm just trying to work these lines so because I had them soaking in transmission fluid, so they feel pretty good now. I'm gonna hit the threads with a wire brush. Here's my old one. Where's that straight with that? Here's the one that was on there. It was straight. Here's the one that needs to be on there. They got this love curve in it. So, it was just right around the corner. I will just work this out later. Something I ain't gotta go back over when I get this knocked out. All right. Woo! About got me. All right, so that's cleaned up. All right, let's bleed the master cylinder. See how that work out. I'm gonna do a test fit. Thing is, this isn't the proper orientation. It's not how it belongs. I wonder if this is likely the wrong, either the wrong master brake booster or the wrong master cylinder. I gotta pause for a second. Okay, after fooling around with it, which, I just got bored. I'm just checking the threads here. I'm not gonna be able to, of course, utilize this master cylinder. Not sure where it came off of or what it's going to. So once we get the new master cylinder in, then I'll continue on with this repair. Until then, the only thing I need is the rear mount. I have an axle I can get put in there, but I'm not sure what we're doing with this motor. So I'm gonna leave the axle out until I get the engine running to make sure that this motor's operative. And this here should go to the injector and resistor. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with those. I got quite a bit of grocery list on this. Also, got to find a computer for it. So once I get the computer, brake master cylinder, I think we're considering ordering the actual mount for the rear instead of having to fabricate one, since he found like a mounting bracket. There is a mount there, the rubber portion, but as far as a mounting bracket, there's nothing available. So that's going to be on the list also. So it's going to be a long journey to get this thing running, and at least there's a slow and steady race of progress. And I'm not going to get discouraged with this, which I'm not nowhere near being discouraged, because I have several options with a lot of things. And my main thing is, if once we get the computer, how is this going to run it exactly? So I still feel pretty good about the swap, about just getting this running. I still see plenty of potential. Just doing some more walking around here. This is an OBDO system, so all the stuff that's hooking up with this is going to a 90 Integra. So I kind of wish I would have kept my old 90 Integra, so I could have took everything I needed off of that and put it on here, but that's a couple years late. And I don't know if I would have been in the mindset of being able to do all this back then. So this oxygen sensor here is going to have to get installed. At least I got a bong down there, so to work with the headers. If I have to put an extension on here, I'm totally fine with that. Not a big deal. So it's going to be a work in progress, and I still got to make sure the fuel pump works. I could jump the relay, see if it works, but I'm kind of done for the day at the moment. But once we start getting more stuff on here, get things neatened up, get some block off lines on there, which is a part of getting things neatened up. Start looking like things start coming around. But other than that, as fast as we can get stuff, as fast as we can get this guy running.